Oh snap. Yo, what is going on, guys? The Shooting Star Sheriff is here, and boy, I am bringing you the next nice few little batch of chapters of My Hero Academia. Kind of just finishing up where I picked up, where I left off at, where Ida had increased his reciprocal burst, and Tetsu and Toradora were going at it. So I kind of want to just talk about my thoughts about how that finished up, and then literally all of the next round, because I mean, your boy like binges like a few chapters at a time. So yes, the boy is all caught up now. So I want to just talk about everything that I read in the last few chapters and just kind of express my opinions and my thoughts with you guys. So if you guys are definitely hyped, or if you guys like it when I do bring these like little like batch load of chapters every few weeks, definitely go ahead, show the video love in the ways you know how to show it love, and we're gonna go ahead and get into this, because boy, that last round 3, the one with Ida and Toradora fighting Tetsu, that ended up being a draw. So basically Toradora learned how to take his flames to the next level. He was able to draw out like an intense amount of heat on Tetsu. Yo, and shout out to Tetsu being a boss, bruh. He I know everyone writes Tetsu off as being like a dummy, and I know a lot of people write Tetsu as not being like strong, but bro, like wait till this gets animated in the anime. We're still talking like 3-4 seasons. We're still talking like season 6 or season 7 at this point, but that's all besides the point. Bro, Tetsu, like keeping up with Toradora is an accomplishment or a feat within itself, okay? But for Toradora to be putting out the hottest, literally the flames, like just the hottest mixtape ever, and Tetsu like, bruh, he's like, bruh, I'm on track 7. Like, come on, how many tracks we got? 12? I'm 2/3 through your album. Let me stop. Let me stop. But it was really impressive to see kind of like how much Tetsu can put up with just stamina wise. And he's like, are you trying to make me sweat under under the metal, or under my metal? He's like, if it's a battle of endurance, you got me. He's like, I got you. So he is dealing blows to Toradora, and then off in the back, and then while this fight is happening at the same time, you've got Ojiro, and the octopus. Oh my god, I can't remember his name right now. The octopus guy. I'm like the worst right now with names. I'm the worst. And you got the octopus guy, and they're kind of like teaming up. They're kind of like teaming up against the girl with the horns, because they're like, oh, if she can't shoot those things out of her head, then they can't do anything. So like it was a really cool team up and a tag team to see from them. And they do get bombarded by the Mudman, with the guy with the Mudman quirk. He can kind of turn things into like, he can make things really soft and then like touch them again and make and put them back to their original state. So they kind of get bombarded by him for a little bit. But what ultimately ends up happening is everyone, and it's cool because the manga does this too. They focus so much on Shoto's fight with Tetsu, like there's these other things that are happening in the background, and it's really, really neat. So what ultimately ends up happening is they get so, like, both teams are getting so desperate, is that I think it's like the Mudman, he ends up like throwing like a pipe into like the middle of the battle, like in the middle of the battlefield, and it ends up being like this huge explosion. And I think it's like sand or something like that that's everywhere. It's kind of hard to kind of make out in the manga if it's like sand or dirt or whatever. I'm assuming that it's dirt everywhere. There was this cool save by Ida. Ida comes in and saves Toradora because like Toradora was so exhausted from letting out all that heat, so he couldn't cool himself off using his ice. So it was cool that Ida came in, kind of saved Toradora because he was like losing consciousness. And then everyone just ends up under rubble basically, and everyone's like unable. Everyone's like knocked out or unconscious, it's like at this weird standstill. And like what ultimately ends up happening is the guy with the octopus squirt, he ends up throwing his whole team up into the air, and Ojiro does end up getting captured, and it just ends up being just a straight up draw, which was very impressive. It was cool to kind of see both ends just like not wanting to back down no matter what, and then like just seeing that cooperativeness and that teamwork kind of like through the entire thing all the way to the end, which is kind of impressive. So it's like 1-1. It's definitely 1 win for team B, class B, and 1 win for team A, and then there's the draw. So right now it can go like either or with the thing, but I mean technically it won't, because I read ahead like the filthy manga casual or scrub that I am. And then we get into round 4, which consists of Bakugo, Jiro, oh my god, Sero, and the guy with the sugar rush quirk. I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry. And then we have team Setsuna, the girl with the gator skin. Her last name was Setsuna, and I thought of Setsuna FCA from Gundam 00, and I was like, ooh, I can remember her. But anyway, so we have team Setsuna and we have team Bakugo, because let's not kid ourselves. Bakugo was the man of the house, bro. He said, bro, this my house. He said, this my house, and they kind of wreck shit. I ain't even gonna lie, dog. They wreck shit. But it's just so crazy because it really does harpen back on the point that as much as Bakugo can be kind of a prick, you have to remember this kid is low key a genius. Like he's so battle adept, and he's so battle adept. That's really what it comes down to. In battle, he knows how to adapt on the fly. He knows how to deal with situations, but he's very smart and he's very intelligent, which you don't think coming from his character, but he is. And I like that these, like, I think it's like anywhere from like 207 and 208. Really hard, like they really bring it home. They really bring it home on his characterization. So it's basically Bakugo's like, hey, we're gonna go all out in the offensive. I'm like, hey, Jiro, I need you to listen for the enemy, and everyone just follow me. And it's crazy, and they do, and it does look like they get ambushed at a point, because you got Jiro's trying to listen out, and Setsuna, the one she's got like the one with the alligator, like the alligator bodysuit. It looks like an alligator bodysuit from the way it's drawn out in the manga. But basically her quirk is she can basically separate her body parts, and they can move independently on her own. So what she's doing, which is really cool, because this is how their plan was set up from the other team, from class B, is that you got all these people, like she's separating her body, and because they can all move independently and move on their own, they're making all this noise, which is making it really hard for Jiro to kind of figure out where the enemy is at, because she's really good as like a locator type, player, or key, locator type character for the team. Like that's kind of like the role she played, you know what I mean, on that team. She was kind of like the locator. She was like, okay, this is where everybody's at. So everyone could, so it made it easier for Bakugo to kind of do his thing. But because all that distraction going around, like they kind of started to, it felt like class B was getting the upper hand. Because Sero's like, he's like making like a tape barricade, and then one of the other classmates from class B makes like glue, or he basically like, he can like have glue. He makes like glue, like he like produces glue out of his body or something, or he throws up glue. Like I don't, you guys have to go back and read it. But he makes like glue, and with the glue and Sero's tape, it basically imprisons them. And Bakugo blows that dog. He blows that Joker wide open, and able to get them out. And he even protects your girl Jiro. He basically kicks her out of the way. But it was cool because like Bakugo says, like, he's like, yo, this is gonna be a blowout. Like I'm blowing these dudes back. Like I don't care. But that's basically, he protects her, and and it's like a complete turnaround. Like, even in one of the guys with the welding ability, he like welds Bakugo straight up into one of the pipes, and then Sugar Rush guy comes in, he breaks all that, he breaks that Joker, so Bakugo can keep going. And then in the middle, it doesn't really show when. I have to go back and reread it. But his gauntlets come off. Bakugo's gauntlets come off, and he's like, bruh, I'm done with all of you. He's like, he starts special attacking on everybody, bro. And then and before you know it, Sero's tying up one of the dudes, and Jiro's like, yeah, we got him, and it was cool because as much as Bakugo is a pain, they're Class A at this point, they know that he is a genius. They trust him. They trusted Bakugo, and Bakugo really did man up and lead the team, and it was wild. It was wild, bro, because once he started taking one person out, then it was like a domino effect. Bakugo just running through, cleaning up house. He's like, nah, you ain't getting away from me, and it was a huge blowout. And then once they figured out that the old girl Setsuna, that her body parts could only stay apart for so long, and then they had to reconnect. Bakugo even threw grenades to them. Here, yo, if it gets crazy, throw these at them. I'm like, bro, Bakugo, you are wild. You are straight wild. But that's why that's why everyone loves you. You wild, but you get the job done. So what basically happens after that is, everyone is just once all the body parts start coming back to her, they're like, yo, that's our opening. Because, when all the body parts come back to her, she's going to have to she'll have to have a location where she has to, recollect herself. And Bakugo he stun grenades her point blank in the straight up in the face, bro. Straight up in the face. Bakugo has no chill, fam. Man has no chill. And he's just like, we done, fam. And it's blowout. Team Class A just wins that battle effortlessly. So that's pretty much, it was just wild, guys. So wild. But that was pretty much everything I really have to say about these last few chapters. Great. How do you think, now that it's Class A up 2 and Class B down, now they're down 1? So now the score is 2-1 with Class A having 2, Class B having 1. And they still have, in the draw. How do you think the next round is gonna go? Because I think Midori is up next. I think Izuku is up next, or the team Izuku will be on is up next. So I feel like because this was such a blowout, as much as I love my son Deku, I feel like he gonna lose. I feel like this is not gonna be the win I want my boy to have, because they just had a blowout. But we'll see. Let me know how you guys will think how it's gonna play out from here on in. And we'll take it from there. But guys, I gotta go calm down. I'm sweating too much, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.